So
I haven't
next
tried
time you don't
this
know what to
one.
do for your birthday,
Have you
just
passed
order
them?
this to your house.
Yes,
and have a
because
party
we
by
give our
yourself.
gifts
Now, we have
like
some gift
these
box
in
items
these
of our own,
boxes
but they
only.
usually come more in the
No, I
form of
haven't
selection boxes.
tried
These are most
it.
commonly seen.
Namaste. Today we are going to watch India versus UK Cadbury food wars. And like as far as Cadbury is concerned, like Dairy Milk is my favorite. I don't know what it is called in UK, but yes, Dairy Milk is my favorite. It is so like, you know, when it melts, it is just so finger licking good, and you just love it because like even the ads in India are so much into like, okay, the melting of Cadbury and then you licking it off. I don't know what it is advertised in UK, but yeah, I'm very excited to see how differentiate products are there in India and in UK as far as Cadbury is concerned.
And I do believe that every Indian children has eaten dairy milk, and it is so popular in India. And same, I also love to eat dairy milk. And there are a lot of things basically which sells Cadbury, like biscuits and all. I do think so because I have eaten Cadbury's biscuit. But yeah, I'm so much excited to know that about UK Cadbury's. Obviously, the taste gonna change, and in India, mostly the chocolate flavor is so popular. But I want to know that is same implies in the UK, because maybe in UK there can be a strawberry and raspberry, a lot of flavors mixed with chocolate. But in India, mostly are mixed nuts with chocolate, and here also are chocolate coming in different version like bubbly and all. And also I'm so much excited to know about the UK Cadbury.
Yes, so let's watch this video and like put water in our mouth.
From calorie count to portion size, we want to find out all the differences between Cadbury chocolates in the UK
Oh.
and in India. This is Food Wars.
Food wars. Portion sizes.
Cadbury Dairy Milk in India comes in ranges of 4 sizes.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Cadbury Dairy Milk Minis. It comes in a
Yeah.
large packet with 18 smaller pieces of 7 grams each.
Our smallest are these bite-sized 11-gram bars. Then
Oh.
we have these 18-gram little bars.
A simple 24 grams tiny one.
Next up, we have our multi-pack bars, which weigh 33.5 grams. The
Oh.
standard individual
They
dairy
have a
milk
lot
bar
of
weighs
versions,
45 grams.
basically.
A duo
This is
bar,
standard,
which
no?
comes in 2 halves and weighs 54.
But our one is a flat one.
Then a 55
Yeah, like
grams
this.
Maha pack.
Next up, we have this 110-gram bar.
Oh.
Family pack 126 grams.
Then we move to a 180-gram bar. We have this 360-gram.
80 gram.
Wow.
The biggest size you'll find in the UK is an 850
What?
gram
Who
bar.
eats that?
So in India, Cadbury is really well known for its gift boxes. In
That
fact,
is too
they've done
big.
so much marketing over so many years that it's become synonymous with festivals like Diwali,
Yes.
Dussehra, and even Christmas and New Year's. On their website right now, you can get anything from an anniversary tin box to a Ramadan tin box, and they come in several different sizes.
Yes.
For starters, there's a standard personalized gift box which contains 6 Cadbury Dairy Milk bars, 3 of which are silk and 3 of which are standard. And that's the one we have right here. In fact, they've put my face on it.
Oh.
I mean, that's a
Wow.
whole lot of packaging for normal bars of chocolate. Right? It even says Food Wars. Oh, it says US versus India. Sorry, Harry.
Oh.
Apart from this, you can also get a larger personalized birthday gift box which
Yep.
will contain 450 gram silk bars, 3 birthday whistles, a large banner, a birthday hat. So
I haven't
next
tried
time you don't
this
know what to do
one.
for your birthday,
Have you
just
passed
order
them?
this to your house. and
Yes,
have a
because
party
we
by
give our
yourself.
gifts
Now, we have
like
some gift
these
box
in
items
these
of our own,
boxes
but they
only.
usually come more in the
No, I
form of
haven't
selection boxes.
tried
These are most
it.
commonly seen around Christmas time,
Oh,
at
wow.
which point Cadbury's will release Heroes
Hero.
and Roses, which are
Roses.
selection boxes containing 600 grams of individually wrapped chocolates. It's a real tradition in British households to have a few of these lying around.
Yeah,
the other
same
options
here.
include Quality Street and Celebrations. People tend to have their own favourites when it comes to the selection boxes and also the chocolates inside them. I think generally Heroes would be my preferred option over Roses. I prefer the kind of more mainstream chocolate bars that you'll
Oh.
find, including little Whisper Bites, which I think might be my favourites. If you want a gift option for all year round, opt for a milk tray. These have been around
Milk
for
tray.
decades. I think my mum used to be giving these to people when she was growing up.
What?
And for the run up to Christmas, gotta get yourself an advent calendar. I don't think I'd normally go for one of these. These are a little bit flimsy, quite narrow. But still, you get a lot of joy from opening a tiny bite of chocolate every morning in the run up to Christmas.
Exclusives.
Here are all the Cadbury products that you'll find in India that you will not find in the UK.
You will not
Here
find.
are all the Cadbury products
Oh!
that you won't find in India.
So
This
many.
is so much chocolate.
In
Yes.
terms of our classic dairy milk flavors, we have two exclusives. Number one, roast almond, and number two, crackle. This used to be my favorite.
Yes,
as a
crackle is
child,
one.
But right now,
Wow.
I really like this. Delicious chunks of roast almond.
Yes.
We have some exclusive dairy milk flavors of our own. Firstly, for the health conscious among us, we have this 30% less sugar dairy milk. I guess this could be helpful as well if you find regular milk chocolate too sweet, which some
What
people
is the
do,
point of a
but then I
chocolate
guess
with less
just opt for
sugar?
some dark chocolate instead. Next up, we have Cadbury Caramel. It's a bar
Caramel.
of dairy milk, but inside each square there's a little bit of caramel. This is one of my favorite ones. It
This
does get a little
might
bit
work
sickly
in
if you
India
eat too
too.
much of it because of the amount of sugar, but very tasty. We have some big taste bars, which are chunky versions of dairy milk, starting with peanut caramel crisp. And we also have a triple choc sensation big taste bar, which combines dark milk and white chocolate in one delicious bar.
My mouth
These ones
is getting
look really
watery.
Cool. They've definitely put a bit more
Oh,
thought
wow,
into
it
the
looks
design
delicious.
of the bars. Tastes really good as well. Next up, we've got dairy milk with crunchy bits. Now this is crunchy with an IE, not crunchy with a Y. Crunchy with an IE is actually a bar of chocolate you can get here in the UK. It's milk chocolate with a honeycomb centre. Then we have a dairy milk dime bar.
Dime bar.
Dime is another chocolate bar which Dairy Milk has kind of collabed with. I think it's like a very thin, brittle almond caramel bar with a little bit of chocolate on the outside. My granddad really used to like Dime. Then we have this Marvelous Creations Jelly Popping Candy Bar. As the name suggests, it's a bar of chocolate which contains some popping candy as well as I think
Jelly
beans.
beans.
I've not tried this in a long time. I want to see
Oh.
what the ratios are like and also if I can really feel the popping candy. You can see like a couple of bits of, I assume, jelly beans peeking out of the top. The pattern is kind of odd. Usually, obviously, you have squares, makes it nice and easy to break apart and share. I'm just going to bite into it like a madman.
This looks weird.
You really do get the popping candy. My mouth is popping.
Oh, it's like that
Too bad.
magic.
You get little chewy
You know, we had
bits
some pocket.
in with your chocolate. There's a lot going on, but I don't hate it. For vegans in the UK, Cadbury's also has a plant-based bar.
Oh.
I've never tried this, so I want to see if I can taste the difference between this and dairy milk.
Oh
Yeah, it
no.
looks like chocolate.
Really, plant-based.
Definitely does taste of almond, which is okay because I quite like kind of nut and chocolate as a combination. If I went vegan, I don't know if I'd be rushing to the store to buy this. It's okay, the texture's pretty good, but the flavour just really isn't there. Our last two exclusive dairy milk bars are actually a mystery. Two bars
Mystery
which contain
bar.
fillings of a mystery flavour. You try and guess what the flavour is, and then you can submit your answer online. Myself and the rest of the crew have now got to try these and give our best guesses. Mystery bar 1.
Oh
Last
wow.
time I threw stuff at you, it didn't go very well. Okay, it's fruity. Currently we're thinking maybe rose. I'm personally thinking apricot, struggling to agree here. We can taste more. I swear I get fruit. While we figure that one out, we'll try mystery bar number 2. Now this one smells aggressively fruity. Catch Leon.
He's just passing it on to everybody.
Quite a lot of like very artificial raspberry flavour. I'd be fairly confident in asserting that as raspberry. Might be blueberry. Plot twist, they've already revealed the
UK
flavours.
people
We
have
didn't
too much
know.
flavours,
First one
man.
was rhubarb
Wow.
and custard, classic British dessert. Didn't really get very close to that one. Second was blue raspberry, which we actually did. kind of
Cadbury,
get.
come
I
on.
personally don't think I would buy either of those again.
Bring those in India too.
You don't mind it?
And now for our silk range, or as Cadbury's trying to
Seriously,
rebrand
I
it,
want
the
to try
S range.
these
What is this? Some
basically
sort of
Cadbury's
iPhone.
of
But whether you
UK.
call it silk or S, I love these chocolates. First off, we have the typical silk. Basically, it's
Yes.
just dairy milk, but a lot silkier.
The classic
then we
one.
have dairy milk silk bubbly. It's dairy
You
milk
give
silk,
these to your
but
girlfriend on
bubbly.
Valentine's Day.
Nice, light, airy. Next, you have dairy milk silk fruit and nut. Then we have dairy milk silk hazelnut.
Ah.
There are some proper large chunks of hazelnut.
Yep.
The hazelnut itself, the flavor of it really lends to the chocolate and it doesn't taste as sweet. Next up, we have dairy milk silk roast almond. We have dairy milk silk mousse.
Mousse.
They try to recreate the flavor of mousse, and you can see that it's a lot more fudgy, the chocolate inside. It's alright.
I have not eaten the
And
mousse
there's
one.
that I'm scared to try. Dairy milk silk bubbly bubblegum.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
I
eaten this.
just hate
This
these
is not
chocolates.
good.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Not good.
Why have they done this? Growing up, we had a bubblegum called Boomer.
It's very
which
bad.
is now what we've all
I don't
become.
like this
That
chocolate.
one bite was really
Yes.
not that bad.
It is.
Definitely tastes like bubblegum and gave me that Boomer vibe. That's as much as I can have of that. Now to cleanse the palate.
Oreo is
silk
I love
Oreo.
nice.
Oreo.
It's lovely.
That is a
Yeah.
nice flavor.
Wow.
I think this is my favorite out of the lot.
Yes,
We also
Oreo
have
is
another
love.
variation of Oreo. It's red velvet Oreo.
Ah,
If you
this
watch
is
the
nice.
next
This one
episodes of
too.
Food Wars, you
That
remember
one.
that one of
This
the
one is okayish
ingredients
for
that
me.
has taken
Yeah,
India by
same.
storm in the past few decades is red velvet.
Oh.
And I have tasted this before and I actually think it's really good.
Oh.
But it is overkill It's literally Dairy Milk Silk, the Oreo white cream, and chunks of Oreo that have been turned into red velvet. Do you have a treadmill? Finally, we have Dairy Milk Silk Heart Blush.
Heart
Imagine you give this to your loved one. It says pull over here, and I'm pretty excited to pull this.
Oh.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. I can't believe I've been rickrolled in my own video. At the back, there is a very elaborate looking tear tab. So I'm just gonna.
He's not
Wait,
tearing
what?
it nicely.
I'd probably break up with whoever gave me this at this point.
Yes.
This is frustrating. It's more packaging. Alright. More packaging.
Oh.
This is honestly a very wasteful way to tell somebody you like them. There you go. It's some pink chocolate. Oh my god, I swear to god, if it's the same as the bubblegum, I'm gonna cry.
Is it the
It's
same?
not bubblegum. So, this is actually quite a fun experience, I'm not gonna lie.
Now we don't have silk bars, but we do have something called dark milk. Cadbury's has kind of
Dark
invented this hybrid milk and dark chocolate for someone whose tastes lie somewhere between those two. Here is the dark milk. Dark milk also comes in variations, including a salted caramel flavour and a hazelnut flavour. I feel like they've tried to market these a little bit more at adults, maybe, as opposed to kids. The packaging kind of gives a slightly more sophisticated vibe. Sexy, if you will. At the other end of the scale, we have some even sweeter options than classic milk chocolate. Firstly, we have Caramilk, which is golden caramel chocolate. This one I have not tried. I'm kind of intrigued. I'm going to have a bite. I worry it's going to be far too sweet.
Caramel milk. Caramel is sweet, milk is sweet.
Wow, that's very sweet.
Oh, I
You
would
do
not
get
like
notes
to
of
taste
caramel. I really don't think I could eat more than a couple of bites of that. And
Yes.
of course, we also
I
just
love
have
this chocolate.
white chocolate. As I've said, I'm not really a
White
big fan of white
chocolate.
chocolate, and I don't think I'm alone in that, because this basically wasn't available in any of the big supermarkets that I looked in. The shop we were able to track it down in was Poundland, which is a shop in the UK where everything costs £1. I know it sounds ridiculous to an American audience, but that is what it's called.
You can find Cadbury Boneville dark chocolate in both the UK
Bonville,
and India,
yes.
Yeah.
but there's a slight difference. In the UK, the packaging is bright red. And over here we have different flavors, 50% dark chocolate and 70% dark chocolate. I have over the years grown to like dark chocolate. I was never a fan of
You know,
it.
when it came out in India, everybody was
70%
crazy.
Dark chocolate.
Seriously.
Oh, Bonville is
No,
here.
it's not as bitter as
I love
expected.
Bonville.
Very creamy. Also, the cocoa is 100% sustainably sourced.
Oh.
Next up, we have fruit and nut. It's got a peanut in there. It doesn't taste as heavy as the other chocolate.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I have not tried a Bonville till now.
Is that what's happening? And the final flavor is cranberry, which I've been the most excited about. I don't think I've had any chocolate bars that have had cranberry in them.
Cranberry.
But obviously cranberry and dark chocolate sounds like an amazing combination. That is so good. The tartness of the cranberry and like the slight sugariness really complements the dark chocolate. There's a crunch of roasted almond. This is a winner. Really nice. I like this range of both.
Winner.
Feels like a healthier guilty pleasure.
We also have some Bourneville products you'll find in the UK that you won't find in India.
Oh.
Firstly, we have
Wow.
Bourneville Old Jamaica. The
Old
Old Jamaica.
Jamaica
refers to rum and raisin flavours added to the dark chocolate.
Rum?
We also have an Orange Bourneville. I personally don't love dark chocolate, and I especially do not love dark chocolate combined with fruit, so I'm respectfully not going to try any of these. If you're wondering where the name Bourneville comes from, it's actually a village that was created by the Cadbury family for workers who worked in their factory near Birmingham. Bourneville still exists today, so you can go and visit it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
home to Cadbury World, which is a kind of Cadbury museum interactive experience thing, and apparently is a really nice place to live.
I
And
would
now
love
it's
to
time
go
for
there.
all of the remaining Indian Cadbury products. Starting with
Bonvita.
Cadbury
Fuse.
I
This
love
one's
Fuse.
amazing.
Their tagline
Yeah.
this is a delicious chocolatey feast.
UK people
Like
should
some
try
sort
this,
of
man.
Chocolatey mousse in the middle, surrounded by caramel, and then the outer layer of chocolate has peanuts. in it.
Yum.
So I can imagine this being a proper feast.
Yes.
Kind of nice. I think I could eat this much of one chocolate, but the fact that I'm eating so many varieties of chocolate, one after the other, is really doing something to my brain. Like, why are we doing this? No, like, what is this? Why are we tasting all of this? What is the point of this show? Next in line, we have the Cadbury
Crispello.
I also love
I want to be
Crispello.
on the team that
I have
gets to
not
name
eaten this.
All of these
I love
chocolates.
it.
Seems like you can just get away with anything. It's clearly filled with some Rice Krispies and things that are Krispies. Hey, this one is actually really yum. Next up, Cadbury 5-star 3D. If you don't know what 5-star is, it's basically the chocolate that made caramel cool in India. It's
Yes.
been around for decades, and actually, fun fact, it's my mom's favorite chocolate.
Yes.
Now they've upgraded to
I
5-star
also love
3D.
5-star.
What's the difference between
Even
this
my
and
mom's
any
favorite
other
chocolate is
5-star?
5-star.
It has nuts. I will say, having eaten the past 3 chocolates in a row, I'm starting to realize They're kind of the same thing. It's decent. I prefer the original 5-star. That one sparks nostalgia. This one just feels too modern.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a Perk.
Perk is
another
also Cadbury,
chocolate
wow.
known in India for ages now, and it's gone through a lot of evolutions like every other chocolate has. Now they sell Perk in a double pack. It says you can rip it, share it.
Oh, nice.
Next up,
I don't know.
Gemstones.
Gems.
That's right, the UK didn't
I
give us
never
some
liked
gemstones
gems.
back, but they
Even as a
definitely gave
kid,
us
I never
gems.
liked them.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Sorry, guys.
So they're M&Ms without the M&M branding on top. What I used to do as a kid, you would get a small packet of gems and I would suck on each gem until the color would come off and it would be a white gem. And then I'd put all the white ones in my mouth and bite them like one big chocolate. That
Oh.
was weird. And I had no friends. Cadbury Temptations Rum and Raisin. Rum? And Cadbury.
I love
Cadbury,
this one.
Cadbury Temptations Almond Treat. Smells like rum.
I have not had these two. Like
Whoa,
after seeing
I
this
did
video,
not
I see like
expect that flavor to be
how
so
many
strong.
I have
Can they
missed.
sell
I
this
have
to
tried
children?
this one. This
It kind of
tastes
tastes like
so
a Christmas
good.
rum cake. Yeah, I don't mind. I think this could be a great Christmas sort of chocolate to have around. Next up
Rum
is
chocolate.
my favorite childhood chocolate.
Nutty.
Nutties.
I
I fucking love Nutties.
Yes,
And my favorite
that's
part
favorite.
about Nutties is that the branding has not really changed for like decades now. What this chocolate is basically Cadbury chocolate coated over a cashew nut that's covered in nougat. Oh my god, that is so good.
Then we have a load more Cadbury exclusives in the UK, and we'll start with the bars. We'll start with what is technically a Cadbury product, but initially was not. This is the Fry's Chocolate Cream Bar.
Fry's
it's a dark chocolate
chocolate.
bar with a creamy, smooth fondant centre. A fun fact is that the Fry's were a Quaker family who were the first ones to actually commercially produce chocolate bars in the UK. Before the Fry's came along, drinking chocolate was kind of the only way to consume it. Fry's also makes a peppermint cream bar as well as Turkish Delight.
Turkish
I would say this is
Delight.
not the best Turkish Delight out there. If you want
Why
Turkish Delight,
Cadbury?
go
You
to
are
a
so
grocery
bad
store
to
that
India.
sells Turkish food,
Only
get some
so
classic
less
stuff, whereas
exclusive
this
for
is,
us.
kind
Yeah.
of slightly cheapy
And just
Turkish
look
Delight
in
encased
the
in chocolate.
UK,
Next up
they
we have
have a
Boost
whole
bars. These are chocolate
varieties
bars
of
filled with
Cadbury.
caramel and biscuit pieces. When Boost was first launched, I think they were kind of marketed as
Maybe
almost like
in
an
UK
energy
people
bar.
want to
They had
try
loads
new
of sugar
things
and
and we
glucose in them,
just stop
although I think they have now recently
old
dropped that
ones.
down and it's just in line more with a standard chocolate bar. Then we're on to Chomps. I personally love a Chomp.
Chomp.
These were also a little bit hard to find. I think we had to go to Poundland
might
for
be
these ones as
crunchier.
well, but they used to cost like 10p from your local newsagents. It's just like a chocolate bar with toffee/caramel inside. Simple but effective. Then we
Nice.
have crunchy bars, which are chocolate bars with a large honeycomb center.
This looks
Personally,
5-star.
don't love crunchy bars. I don't love the texture of the honeycomb, and they're very, very sweet. What I do love, however, is a curly whirly.
Curly
These are
whirly.
brilliantly named. They come in these little individual bars like
Wow.
this. They look a bit weird. It's kind of a web of chocolate and caramel.
Oh, what's that?
I used to have braces as a kid, and I really missed toffee and caramel while I had them on.
It
Moving on, we
looks
have a
like
double-decker
waffles.
bar. A nod to the British double-decker buses, this is a 2-layered chocolate bar with a nougat layer as well as a kind of crunchy pieces and caramel layer. I like these. Next up we have fudge bars.
Fudge.
Got these little bite-sized ones today. I like these. The guys seem to disagree with me, but I think these are good. I will opt for these in a Heroes box. It's just a bar of fudge covered with chocolate. Then we move on to the picnic bar. It's a chocolate bar that
Picnic
contains,
bar.
I think, caramel, some Rice Krispie kind of pieces, as well as some raisins and peanuts. Now, while India has a 5-star bar, in the UK, we just have a star bar.
Star
I don't
bar.
think I've ever had one of these before. Apparently, it's milk chocolate with caramel and peanut. Let's give it a try. That might get added to my rotation, you know? That's pretty good.
Yes,
Next up, we
5-star
have
is the
12.
best.
These are like ribboned
Wow.
chocolate bars, which are then kind of cased within more chocolate. It leads to quite an interesting texture and quite a nice taste. The only issue with 12s is that they do crumble and kind of go everywhere. You can also get 12s in orange flavour. Then we're on to Whisper bars.
Whisper bar.
I don't really know how they make these because it's milk chocolate, but it's like aerated. There's kind of little holes all the way through it. We put a man on the moon and we aerated a chocolate bar. The result is a really nice texture actually. It sort of melts in your mouth when you eat it. I have some American colleagues in the US. Last time I visited, this was the one thing they asked me to bring over.
Oh.
You can also get Whisper Gold bars. These are the same as regular Whispers, but they have a layer of caramel running along the top. And the
Whisper
last, but
Gold.
by no means least bar, is the Freddo.
Wow.
It's basically
Freddo.
just a tiny piece of solid milk chocolate in the shape of Freddo the Frog. But for people of a certain generation, namely mine, they're also a surprising representation of economic inflation. To put on my angry old man hat for a second, when I was a young'un, these were 10p. And then around 2005, prices started to gradually creep up. Before we knew it, prices were as high as 30p for a Freddo. These outrageous prices actually led to public outcry, so much so that they backed down, and I think nowadays they're around 25p. The Bank of England says that it should have been around 17 or 18p by now, whereas we are getting charged 25. So Cadbury's, give us some cheap Freddos again. Economic rant is now over. You can also get Freddos in a caramel
In
flavour.
India, the
last thing to
price
add to the
remains the
chocolate bars
same,
is that you can
but
get
the
different
size
flavors
of the
in form
chocolate is
these
getting
share
shorter
bags.
and shorter.
You basically just condense them into bite-sized pieces and put them in a bag that you can open and reseal.
Next up, we have Dairy Milk Bites. There are two flavors that we
I
have
like
right
this
now,
one.
hazelnut and almond. They look pretty similar to the silk of these flavors, so I imagine these are just smaller bite-sized versions. Next up, Lickables.
Lickables.
Why have they
I
done
haven't
this?
tried this
Thoughts
one.
on this? This is
This looks
clearly
so
for
cute.
small children.
Yes, I have seen my nephew eat this, but I have not eaten it.
This feels like one
I
of
should
those,
have stolen from him.
puzzles.
I don't think
Oh.
that it tastes like
Oh, oh.
Kinder Joy, maybe.
It might be like Kinder Joy.
The lower half of it was the chocolate, and the rest of it had this toy. now
Yeah,
to the
it
chocolate,
happens same.
the-
with
It is like
Kinder
Kinder Joy, yeah.
most children have phones that they can scan this with. Oh, looks like goopy Cadbury chocolate with chunks of Oreo,
Oh,
and you just gotta
lick it.
lick it.
Oh, nice.
This is just weird Cadbury. Okay, next up we have Cadbury
Choco
I
Bake.
love this
chocolate cookies.
This
cookie.
is
In
wow.
case you didn't think this contained
It
chocolate,
tastes
they
so
reminded
good.
you 8 times in the branding. The packaging and the design feels a lot more premium. I feel like there's good value for money here
Yeah.
because it was filled to the literal brim. Now we're gonna go to this side. We have
These
Oreo
chocolate
dip
biscuits are very
in
popular in
Cadbury.
India.
Yeah.
Oreo
I don't
dip.
like
I'm
this
really
one.
enjoying this whole Oreo
So
Cadbury marriage over here. Now we have an Oreo biscuit coated in Cadbury
I don't
chocolate.
like this
The
one.
Oreo biscuit itself is kind of overpowering, so it's alright. Next up, we have this tin can of rich dry fruits.
Oh.
Again, in the Cadbury celebrations line. In India, common gifting culture is to give a box of dry fruits
Yes.
and nuts, and
Yes.
so Cadbury is adapted really well to that. Okay, so the next thing is something
Bournvita.
very
Who has
cool,
not
actually,
tried Bournvita in their
Cadbury
childhood?
Bournvita. And this is a drinking chocolate. We
Yes.
drink a lot of milk here in India. And
Yes.
as kids, everybody was addicted to one of many different.
No,
drinking
only one,
chocolates.
only one.
Horlicks, Complan,
No.
I'm a Milo guy
Horlicks.
myself.
Only Bournvita.
Boost, and then
No,
obviously
I
Bournvita.
want-
I think
my mother
most
used to
people
give me
were
Horlicks
not
also.
Bournvita people. This is Cadbury's range of
Complan too.
Choco Melts, and it's a small dish of chocolate that's used for baking. And finally, the last 3 packets are
I love this
toffees
Cadbury
that Cadbury
5-star,
sells
I
in
love
bulk.
it.
This one is 5-star bites. It's similar to
5-star
the Dairy Milk
bites.
minis. For all my Indian fans of 5-star out there, comment and let me know whether you're more of a Ramesh guy or a Suresh.
Suresh.
These are packs of toffees, eclairs to be specific. This one is chocolate flavored and this one is coffee flavored. Another quirky thing about India is sometimes when you go to the local stores and you pay in cash and they have to give you change but they don't have any, they just give you one
coffee.
of these chocolates
Yes.
and you can't really argue it. You just grab it and go. I think it's very cute actually. It's a very endearing thing about India. But remember, if you're gonna take a chocolate from a store, screw all this, take Melody.
Yes.
Melody
Yeah.
is the best
The
chocolate,
best.
alright?
The
In
best.
the UK, Cadbury's offers a lot of seasonal products. Now, we're recording this episode in late October, so unfortunately...
And
we can't
about
get
the
some of
Ramesh
most
and Suresh
famous
story,
ones.
I'll
What
tell
I'm
you
of
at
course
the
referring
end.
to here are Cadbury cream eggs and Cadbury mini eggs. In the UK, these are only available in the run-up to the Easter holidays, but while they
eggs
are
and mini
available, they're
eggs.
wildly popular. Well, I will say, I don't like cream eggs. I take stick for this.
How
I
does
think they're
they
gross.
taste like?
The fondant in the middle is grim. You have to kind of like tongue it out. It's just really bizarre. Mini eggs, however, are delicious. I don't know what they're putting in the shells of those things, but God, they're amazing. While we can't get the Easter exclusives right now, what we do have are Halloween and Christmas options. For Halloween, I was able to find these goo heads. I think this is kind of
Goo
the
heads.
Halloween version of cream eggs, so I'm going to crack one open and see. That does look exactly the same as a cream egg, even down to the patterning.
Oh.
It's
Looks
printed
good.
on there. I mean, yeah, that's
Oh.
just a cream egg. I just don't like them. Then for Christmas exclusives, I found these Cadbury Puds. These are
Puds.
dairy milk chocolate balls with a truffle center, hazelnut pieces, and rice crisps. They sound pretty good. We also found Cadbury mini snowballs. which are
Snowballs,
milk chocolate
so you can
with
throw it at
crispy
them.
shell. They might hurt a little bit more than a normal snowball fight if you have one of these thrown at your
Yeah.
head.
Maybe they
And of course, you
have
can get a
a
dairy milk advent calendar for
coating
Christmas.
outside the chocolate.
It looks like some kind of mud monster. Moving away from seasonal items, we have Cadbury Eclairs.
Eclairs.
Cadbury Eclairs
We
are
have
quite
tried
tough pieces of
eclairs.
toffee with some chocolate in the centre. They're a pretty good jaw workout, but I do quite like these. And another iconic Cadbury item is buttons. These are bags of
Buttons?
discs of dairy milk chocolate. Real classic.
It
These have been
looks
around
like
for
boobies.
Years. From there, we're moving on to Cadbury's biscuit options, possibly the most iconic of which are fingers. These are thin sticks of sweet biscuit covered in dairy milk chocolate.
We also
They're very
have these in
tasty, they're
India,
pretty
not
large, and they
as
come
the
in these
same
kind of
name,
iconic
but yeah.
sleeve tray things. I know with Joe we have a caffeine meter, but if I had a sugar meter, we're blasting off right now. Woo! We also have some other flavour options, including mint, orange, Bourneville Dark, and finally, white. Roundies are circular, layered wafer biscuits covered in dairy milk chocolate. If you're a fan of wafers, you can also get Time Out wafer bars.
Oh.
Again,
I
it's
love
chocolate
wafers.
wafers, layered and surrounded by chocolate, but this time in more of a bar form than a circular biscuit.
Nice.
The next Cadbury biscuit option is animals. Freddo has hopped into the
Animals.
jungle to join his friends. These are little animal-shaped biscuits which on one side are covered with chocolate. I don't think I've eaten one of these as an adult, but they were an excellent lunchbox edition when I was a little kid. I'd also be remiss not to talk about mini rolls. These are an
Mini
iconic
rolls,
British
man,
snack. What
they
it is
look
like a
yum.
chocolate sponge with this kind of cream swirl in the middle, surrounded by milk chocolate. I'm not sure why the mini roll is currently saying I'm rich and famous. But good
These
for
are
you.
available at different shops in India, but
Finally,
not by
Cadbury's
Cadbury.
offers some baked options,
Yeah,
which you might find in the
and
bakery
they
section
taste
of your local
so
supermarket.
good.
These can include
Oh.
things like donuts and muffins, but the ones I was able to find today were flapjack bites. In the UK, when we say
bites.
flapjacks, we don't mean pancakes, which I think Americans can say sometimes. Flapjacks over here are kind of like oats held together with honey, golden syrup, and some other stuff. And these mini cookies.
Ingredients.
Here's everything in a bar of dairy milk chocolate in the UK.
Milk.
Here's
Sugar.
everything you'll find in a bar of dairy milk chocolate
Milk,
here in
sugar,
India. So the list of ingredients is pretty much the same in the UK and in India, but the UK uses palm and shea fats, which is not specifically listed here in India.
India goes into a little bit more detail on the flavourings used in the chocolate, listing natural vanillin as well as artificial ethyl vanillin. As the name suggests, this is the main component of vanilla bean extract. Some kind of vanillin is likely present in the UK chocolate, it's just contained within the flavourings on the list.
But how much chocolate are you actually getting in your chocolate?
Yeah.
The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has some minimum requirements for what milk chocolate should contain. The rules are 25% total fat, 2% milk fat, 2.5% cocoa solids, and 10.5% milk solids.
We
Okay.
have equivalent rules here in the UK. The Cocoa and Chocolate Products Regulations of 2003 set the minimums for milk chocolate at 25% total fat, 5% milk fat, 20% dry cocoa solids, 2.5% dry non-fat cocoa solids, and 20% dry milk solids. Cadbury in the UK says its chocolate contains 23% milk solids and meets the EU minimum of 20% for cocoa solids.
India's Cadbury packaging says it contains over 22% milk solids. So thank you, Cadbury, for not being chindi. It is interesting that Indian rules do not have a minimum for dry, fat-free cocoa solids in milk chocolate. The dark chocolates, however, have a minimum, and it's 14%.
Dry cocoa solids tends to refer to cocoa powder, which is one of the purest forms of cocoa. Having more cocoa solids therefore gives the end product a stronger chocolate taste.
Nutrition.
100 grams
Nobody
of dairy
eats
milk
this
in
for
the UK
nutrition.
contains the following.
100 grams of dairy milk in India contains
Fat.
Calories are actually identical.
Same.
The least healthy bar in the UK is the Big Taste Toffee Whole Nut Bar. One of these contains 560 calories per 100 grams, a
Oh.
slight increase on dairy milk.
But what is the least healthy chocolate bar here in India?
It
It's
is.
the Dairy Milk Silk Hazelnut. 100
Silk
grams of this
hazelnut.
contains
Oh.
571 calories.
I'll
which
not
is
eat
more
this anymore.
than any bar in the UK. I guess it's a win.
It's
I'm
a win.
counting it as a win.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm going to go on a long run because I definitely have diabetes at this point.
Same
Thank you
here.
for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel.
What a video it was. Seriously, I like this video so much, and I found that UK has a lot of options in Cadbury, but we Indians do not have that much options like in India. Some, maybe because we Indians don't want to try new things, we just want to stick in the old ones, or maybe that much varieties in the chocolates do not sell in the India. That could be the reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I must say that UK has a different kinds of chocolates, and literally I was shocked when I got to know about the snowball and animal chocolate. I was like, that why these things are not happening in India, why these chocolates are not introducing in India. So I hope in India they also bring these kinds of chocolates. Seriously, for me, the most favorite chocolates of mine is Silk one is also good. Fruit nuts is also good, and there are a lot of chocolates. But when they talked about raspberries and all, I was watering. I want to try them, and seriously, I like the UK one. And that person UK one came with this whole, come with his whole stuff, and Indian didn't have that much stuff of chocolates. So I was like, we should these kinds of chocolates should also come to the India. And yeah, I don't know that I didn't know that the Cadbury also sells Bonvita. I used to think that Bonvita has different brand, but this thing I also got to know from this video. And we Indians have tried maximum chocolates I have tried in which this guy has shown in the video. And yeah, I seriously like the whole video, and I want to try UK chocolates.
And to all the people who didn't understand the Ramesh Suresh joke, it was like it is the best TV ad ever, because it was like Ramesh and Suresh, two brothers who used to go to some places, and they used to, after eating 5 star, they used to forget everything, like whatever they have been told by their parents or whatever they've been told by someone to do, and they used to forget, and they used to repeat the same mistakes again and again and again. So it was a hilarious advertisement, and they used to make more and more of it, and it was so popular. I don't know why did they end it, because it was a great advertisement for 5 star. And the thing is, the perk that they showed, I think so in India it has a competitor with the name of Munch, and I love Munch more than perk, because perk is not something that I go for again and again, and I think so Cadbury also knows that. But one thing I was shocked about was how many products UK has more than India. Like they have so many products, and that too exclusives, and that too that are not there in India, because India is a very sweet craving nation, because everywhere in India you will find sweet shops like
Yeah.
selling very nice sweets, and this all in this like mithaiyan, like in India we say mithaiyan. So you will see all these mithai shops everywhere, and people love to buy sweets. Like every other occasion you will see people like taking a box of sweets and giving it to the other person. And in our country you are not making more and more exclusive. That is very shocking to us. But yeah, I would. And also the thing is, the celebrations pack is very like sold very highly in India too. So I think so Cadbury should work on it, and they should make more of exclusives in India too, and should understand more. Or either they could just bring the UK or some of the UK exclusives to India and just try it out. Like let people try it out, because they are bringing more and more dark chocolates. I want to like have those other kind of milk chocolates also. So what are your opinion about it, and which country do you belong to? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.
Bye.